Hello everyone, welcome to this vocabulary live lesson from BBC Learning English. You can see my name down there, I'm Phil. I'm here in my house in London, and as this is a live lesson, please do say who you are and where you're watching from. It's always great to see where people are in the world. Today we're going to be talking about holidays. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer or getting near to summer, so maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you've thought about it. I certainly am, which is where I got the idea from. So we're going to talk about holidays. And before we start, just put in the comments, what types of holidays do you know? Okay. Now, this is a live lesson, so do please join in the comments because you can get lots out of it if you join in. I'm going to be asking quite a lot of questions, so I want you to answer as many as you can. Also, you can invite people to come into the lesson as well, please. If you know anyone who wants an English lesson, we're here. Invite them and they can come and join in. It's all free. Also, we will be putting the whole recording of this lesson up on YouTube and Facebook as soon as we finish. So if you miss anything, don't worry. You can always go back and you can watch again. And if you are watching again, hello to you guys too. Please do. You can still join in the comments. You can still chat with the people down in the comments. So do please do so. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just have a look into those comments and let's see who we've got. Let's have a look. Seeing lots of people saying hi. Lots of people talk about their types of holiday as well. But let's just say hi to Graciela from Panama, to Sylvia from Italy. We'll say to Misato from Japan. Hello. Hello to Nora from Buenos Aires. Hello to Julia from Myanmar. Hello to Arthur from Mexico. Who else have we got? We've got loads of people here. Hello to Daniel from Venezuela. Hello to lots of people. Lots and lots of people. Okay, excellent. Right, I'm also seeing lots of different kinds of holidays, which is brilliant. As I go through, the comments are coming up very quickly because you're all putting loads of comments on, which is great. What kinds of holidays do you know? What have we got? Let's have a look. Lilinka's talking about cruise vacations. Cruise vacations. We go on a big ship. Yes, I've never been on one, but they look very good. Quite expensive. What other kind of holidays? See, Lilinka as well is saying, talking about seaside holidays. Yes, you could have seaside holidays down by the beach. Stanislav's talking about national holidays, which we could be talking about particular days in your country where everyone goes on holiday. Or maybe we're talking about holidays within your own country. Yevgeny's asking about my hat. Is it from straw? Yes, it is, and I wear it when I go on holiday to stop myself getting sunburnt. And I bought it from a Vietnamese shop in Prague when I was on holiday. Thank you for the comment on the hat. Natia here saying backpacking and bird watching. Bird watching, that's an interesting kind of holiday. Yes, people, you go and perhaps look at wildlife. Maybe you go bird watching is obviously looking at birds. Maybe if you go on a safari in some countries to look at other animals, that could be a trip, a kind of holiday that you do to look at animals. Okay, right, we've got lots of different kinds of holidays. We've seen here religious holidays is another one. Religious holidays, and it could be there's holidays that people do at a particular time of year that's important for a religion, or it could be, we call it a pilgrimage, which is where people go to a particular place that's important for their religion. And there's lots of famous ones around the world, and people maybe go for religious reasons. That's another good example. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I had some ideas, and you've come up with some of them already, but I thought I would share these with you. So some of the kind of holidays that we could have. We heard about a seaside holiday, a beach holiday. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's very common. People go to the beach or go to the seaside. Whether that's a beach on the sea, it may be that you go to a lake in a lot of countries. If it's hot enough, you might go to the lake instead of the sea, if they're nice. You could have a city break, which is exactly what it sounds like as you go to visit different cities. So I'm in London at the moment. Lots of people come to London on a city break. It's not very far from here to Paris. I've been to Paris on a city break. There's lots of other cities that you might want to go to on a city break all around the world. It's a very common type of holiday. A package holiday. This isn't so much about where you go, but this is how you buy it. If you buy a package holiday, it means you buy it all together. You go to one travel agent and it's your flight, your hotel, sometimes your food as well, and it's all together. So you have a package holiday. Okay. Another one, maybe you go camping. Camping is another kind of holiday where you stay in a tent. You're not in a house or a hotel, you're in a tent, in close to nature. So maybe you might want to go camping. Okay, another one. I saw this comment here earlier, backpacking. We talked about backpacking is where you take lots of things with you in a big bag and you travel around from one place to another with everything you need, all your clothes, maybe a tent on your back, and you have a big backpack. Lots of people do that. Other types of holiday, we could have skiing holidays. People, particularly in the winter, it's always better in the winter. I've never been, but skiing holiday, you go to the mountains, you do skiing, could be other sports, or maybe if you want something a bit more gentler, and it's probably better for me, you might go on a walking holiday where you go on a nice long walk through the countryside. We saw earlier someone talk about bird watching holidays. Often people go walking and bird watching at the same time. Let's have a little, so Olga's saying like we have a backpack and go to the mountains. Yes, backpacking, it could be going to the mountains. Sometimes it's just going from one city to another, but you have everything with you. You tend to try and travel quite cheaply. Cruise, someone's mentioned. Yes, beach holiday. Oh, a great word here, honeymoon. Alison has said a honeymoon. And that, well, it could be any kind of holiday, but once people have just got married, maybe they go for a honeymoon. Okay, a honeymoon. What else do we have? Oh, hiking. So perhaps if you like walking holidays, maybe you want to go hiking. And that's like a walking holiday, but it's a long distance. Okay, brilliant. Right, we've got loads of examples here. It's really good. It's great to see all your examples that you've got here. I want to move on and look at some language that we can use to talk about our holidays when we want to talk about why we go on holiday. And there's a few expressions that I want to look at particularly that are related to that. So that's what we're going to focus on next. If you have just joined us, this is a live vocabulary class from BBC Learning English, and I'm Phil, here in my house in London. If you do miss anything here, don't worry, because we'll be posting the replay up on our YouTube and Facebook channels as soon as it's finished. So you'll be able to go back and have a look again. And of course, share it with your friends. Right. So I said I was going to be asking you questions, and let's start with that straight away. Okay. On screen here, you can see 3 sentences, and you can see I've left a gap and I've taken some words out. And I want you to see where you think those words go. So you can just put the number of the sentence and the word that should go there. You can see I've taken out quality, carve out, and recharge. So we could say, I'm going on holiday to something, my batteries. I'm going on holiday to something, my batteries. What do you think goes in that gap? Number 2, it's good to spend something time with my family. It's good to spend something time with my family. And number 3, it's important to something, some time to relax. It's important to something, some time to relax. What do you think goes in each gap? You've got 3 options there on the right-hand side. You've got quality, carve out, and recharge. What do you think the answers are? I'll just take a drink of water and I'll look at your comments. Of which there are loads. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the comments. So number 1, I can see Fan saying that it should be recharge. Mohammed also thinks that number 1 is recharge. Khan is saying that it's recharge. Chan is saying that it's let's have a look. Let's have a look. Everyone's saying recharge. Okay, yes. Maybe it was a bit easy, this one, but I'm going on holiday to recharge my batteries. Just have a little think. What do you think that means? Does it mean I'm going on holiday to plug in my phone? Is that what it means? I'll give you a clue. It's not that. But what do you think it means? Okay. Number 2, it's good to spend something time with your family. I've seen some of the answers coming in already. So Umar, who's answered all of them, but he says that number 2 is quality. Graciela is also saying that number 2 is quality. Mohammed is saying that number 2 is quality. We've got more people saying the same thing. Omnia is saying that it's quality. Yevgeny is saying that it's quality. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for all your answers. Everyone I saw got it right. It's good to spend quality time with my family. Okay. What do you think quality time means? Don't worry if you don't know, because we're going to look at it very soon. But what do you think quality time is? What does it mean? Okay. Have a think. Okay, now number 3, you can probably work out what number 3 is if you know number 1 and number 2. So you may have said, like Med, that it's carve out, or Nezir has also said carve out. Anna has said it's carve out. Lots of people have said it's carve out, as has Luis has said it's carve out. Obviously, it's the right answer. It is important to carve out some time to relax. But what does that mean? What do you think it means? What does carve out mean? Okay, have a think. Okay, we're going to have a look at it very, very soon. So don't worry if you're not sure, but we're going to have a look at it in a minute. Okay, so keep those thoughts in your head. Let's have a look at these expressions. Let's start with this one. I'm going on holiday to recharge my batteries. Now, it doesn't just mean, as I'm sure you guessed, I'm not just going to plug my phone in. Going on holiday to recharge my batteries, it means to relax in order to have more energy in future, or to rest to have more energy in future. So in the same way with my phone, when I lie it down and plug it in, yeah, I can use it more the next day. It's also the same for us. If we take some time out from our work, from whatever else, our study, or what is stressing us, then perhaps that can give us more energy and leave us better able to deal with it when we get back. Let's look at some example sentences here. I think this is true. I need some time on the beach to recharge my batteries. Yes, I really want some time on the beach to recharge my batteries. That would really help. Okay. I want some time to relax, and then I'll have more energy. Okay, let's look at the next one. I always work better after I've had some time to recharge my batteries. Okay, and maybe it's not on holiday, maybe it's just a quiet weekend. It's Monday today. I had a fairly quiet weekend this week. I was able to recharge my batteries, and I've got a lot more energy than I did on Friday. Okay, so we use this recharge your batteries. It's this idea to relax so that you get more energy to do things. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of us want to go on holiday every year. Okay, now I said I'd be asking you questions, and I am. Okay, here's our next question. I want you to think which of these is more likely. Now, it may be that a few of them are possible. I'm not asking which is possible. I'm asking which is more likely, do you think? We've got number 1. I recharge my batteries at the office. Number 2, I recharge my batteries in the countryside. Well, number 3, I recharge my batteries on the bus in the morning. What do you think? Is it 1, 2, or 3? What do you reckon? Please put your answers in the comments. And if you have just joined us, this is Vocabulary Live from BBC Learning English. It's one of our live lessons that we do every 2 weeks. Do remember we also have a live lesson on Wednesday. We've got a grammar lesson on Wednesday. And we'll have pronunciation live. It has moved and we'll be back next Monday. Okay, let's have a look. I can see lots of answers coming in here. And I can see some different answers. So Leo, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, saying it's number 2, to recharge your batteries in the countryside. Muniba is also saying number 2. What anyone else saying? Mafuja is saying it's 1, to recharge your batteries in the office. Angelina thinks it's number 2. Okay. Feng is saying that it's number 2. Edixon is saying in the countryside. Iris is saying number 2, in the countryside. Okay, let's have a look and let's see what the answer is. Okay, yeah, I think the most likely answer here is saying I recharge my batteries in the countryside. Okay, it might depend what you do, but certainly if you live and work in a city, people often go to the countryside to relax. If you work in the countryside, you might not see it that way. But if you live and work in a city, lots of people go to the countryside to relax, certainly in this country. And that idea of relaxing so that you've got more energy is what recharge your batteries means. Probably not going to recharge your batteries in the office unless perhaps you have a break. You spend your lunch break, you have a nice rest, and you manage to recharge your batteries at your lunch break. Possibly, it's not impossible, but it's probably not as likely. And likewise, on the bus in the morning, it depends. If you sleep the whole journey, maybe, but it's less likely. You're probably not recharging your batteries on the bus. It's probably to take some time away to get a bit more energy. But there's a couple that may be possible depending on your circumstances. Okay, we've got another question here. Just to think back to what does recharge your batteries mean? Would it be to spend time on a beach to get a tan? A tan is where your skin goes darker because you're in the sun. Is it to spend time with other people to make friends? Or is it to spend time relaxing to get your energy back? Okay, what do you think it is? 1, 2, or 3? Which one does recharge your batteries actually mean? Okay, what do you think? Do put your answers in the comments. And I can see lots of numbers appearing here. Key is saying that it's exactly number 3. Danny is saying that it's number 3. Edwige is saying it's number 3. Novita is saying it's number 3. Miron is saying it's number 3. Kim is saying it's number 3. Okay. Savalina also saying number 3. Well, great. It's exactly what we mean. The other 2 might be ways that you recharge your batteries. It's true. They might be things you do to recharge your batteries. But when we say recharge your batteries, it's that idea that you relax to get your energy back, to get back what perhaps you'd lost. Okay, and I'm going to ask you a question now related to this. And I want you to think, what do you do to recharge your batteries? What do you do to recharge your batteries? Do you go anywhere? Do you see people? Do you do certain things? Do you watch things? Do you listen to things? What do you find recharges your batteries? For me, I listen to music. I listen to loud music, and that recharges my batteries. It gives me energy that I didn't have. Or sometimes I sit down and read a book, particularly if I can sit outside in the sunshine reading a book. I think that's a great way for me to recharge my batteries. But what do you do? Maybe you do something completely different. Share with us in the comments. So Farzana goes to the mountain to recharge the batteries. They go to a mountain. Nadia just takes a nap, much more relaxed. Unyang goes running to recharge her batteries. Rosa likes to sit in the garden and reading to recharge her batteries. Here, this person likes to watch a movie. Fantastic. Chi or Ki likes to stay at home to recharge their batteries. Jonathan likes to spend time painting to recharge your batteries. These are all ways that maybe you recharge your batteries. Okay. Razan likes to go to her aunt's house or his aunt's house. Magnolia hangs out with their friends. TC walks in the forest or reads a classic novel to recharge the batteries. Yasa likes to see a movie and sleep is a good way to recharge your batteries. Erickson plays video games to recharge their batteries. Fatima goes on a long drive to recharge her batteries. Saim plays cricket to recharge batteries. Maria likes to read a book to recharge batteries. Brilliant answers here. Lots of great examples of how to recharge your batteries. Do please keep putting them into the comments. Please share as many as you can. And also, if you're watching the replay, you can also share here as well. Please do. Okay. If you've just joined us, this is Vocabulary Live from BBC Learning English. And we're looking at holidays and ways we can talk about things you do on a holiday. We just looked at recharge your batteries. Now, the second expression we wanted to look at was about quality time. We said it's good to spend quality time with your family, but what does that mean? What do we mean by quality time? So quality time is time spent giving attention and affection to people, particularly people that you're close to. Okay, often your family, often your friends. And the key thing about quality time is that it's good time. It's not just spending a long time with people, it's that you're spending time doing the right things, doing the best things. So let's look at a couple of examples here of using quality time. It's hard to spend quality time with my family during the working week. Okay, maybe you're busy cooking dinner, or you've got to get your kid from school, or you've got to run from one place to another, or you're late back from work. You never really spend time doing good things with each other. You're just trying to make things work. It can be hard during the working week to spend quality time with your family. It's often what's good about holidays is you can spend quality time. Here's another one. Once I get my children off their phones, we can spend some quality time together. Otherwise, it's too much time we're talking. It's like, yeah, dad, yeah, whatever, yeah, dad. That's not quality time for me. So I want to get people, put your phones down if you want quality time. I think you might disagree. Okay. But this idea of quality time is time you spend together doing good things that bring you closer together, which will be different for different people, of course. But that's what we mean by quality time. So let's check you've understood that by looking at a question. Okay, if you spend quality time with someone, do you spend a lot of time with someone? Do you spend money with someone? Or do you spend time well with someone? What do you think the answers are? Put 1, 2, or 3 into the comments. Okay, if you have just joined us, this is Vocabulary Live from BBC Learning English. And we talk about holidays today. We talk about things we can use to talk about holidays. So we said you might spend quality time with someone during a holiday, or that it's a good opportunity to spend quality time with people. But what does quality time mean? What do you think? And I can see loads of answers streaming in already. So let's have a look at and see what you're saying. Margarita says that it's number 3. Muniba agrees and says it's number 3. Latania says quality time can only last an hour, but doing things you really love. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think that's suggesting it might be number 3. Alessandra is saying it's number 3. Roberto is saying it's number 3. Moving so quickly, these comments, there's somebody coming in. Catherine says it's number 3. Okay, yes, everyone's getting it right. It's to spend time well with someone is quality time. Is quality time excellent? Just in the comments as we go through, just say, how do you spend quality time with people? What do you think quality time is? How would you spend quality time with people? Do share in the comments. We'll have a look and see as they come through. Excellent. Right. Let's have a look at the other expression we were going to have a look at. We said it's important to carve out some time to relax. It's important to carve out some time to relax. What does that mean? You might have seen this phrase before. You might not have done. The description, this is slightly complicated. It will make more sense with some examples. But it's you take something small from something larger, and it's often difficult. So to carve out some time to relax, it's maybe you only need a little bit of time to relax, and all the time you got is big, but it can be hard to find that time to relax. Let's look at a couple more examples. I'm really busy, but I managed to carve out some time to go on holiday. So maybe I've got loads of time, but I need to spend it on work or family or all kinds of things, or study. And I've needed to fight to try and get that little bit of time that I can go away on holiday. It was really difficult to find a week when I wasn't busy, but I've done it. And I've made sure I've kept that week free. I've carved out some time. Okay, you'll notice as well, a lot of expressions we use for time, you can also use for money. We often treat them in the same way. So you should try, and we can say this as well, you should try to carve some money out to save every month. Try to carve some money out to save every month. That can be difficult. There's lots of things that you need to spend money on, and sometimes it can be hard to find money that you need to save. So you have to carve it out. You have to work very hard to find it. Okay, let's look at some questions to help you with this one. Why might people need to carve out time for a holiday? Is it because holidays are expensive? Is it because people have busy lives? Or is it because people travel long distances? Why do you think you might need to people often have to try to carve out time for a holiday? Do you think it's 1, 2, or 3? What do you think? Put it in the comments. Oh, I saw a lovely example there of carve out. Latanya says, every day I carve out half an hour to study English with the BBC. Yes, okay, and maybe that's difficult to do because you have a busy day. But going back to this question, I see lots of people saying number 2. Shilu is saying it's number 2. Bianca is saying that it's number 2. Anastasia is saying it's number 2. Ma is saying that it's number 2. So yes, it's because people have busy lives, it can be difficult to carve out, to find time for a holiday because your life's very busy. There's lots going on. So find that week when you can go away and not worry about things can be very difficult. You really have to carve it out. Okay, and we said we'd talk about money as well. Why might we use carve out money with savings? Is it because, sorry, that banner shouldn't be there. Is it because people find it hard to save, people need to save, or because people save lots of money? Why do we use it? Is it 1, 2, or 3 here? What do you think the answer is? Why might we use carve out money for saving money? Why do you think? We've got a few different answers coming in. You is saying it's 1. I saw another one there. Yulia saying number 2. Yin is saying number 1. Sarah saying number 1. Nilgul's saying number 1. Okay, we'll go through this quickly so you've got time to put some of your examples in. Yeah, it's the same thing. People find it hard to save money. Often it's hard to save money, so you really have to carve out some money to save every month. There's some lovely examples about study there. If you're studying a language, you need to carve out time sometimes to practice, to get the practice. Hopefully you're managing to do that today. Exercise is very similar. We did a vocabulary live on exercise. Sometimes it can be difficult to carve out time to go and do some exercise. Okay, sometimes it can be really difficult to do that. So if you carve something out, it means you're taking a little bit of something, but it's quite hard to do it. Okay, we use that phrase. Okay, brilliant. Well, I'm going to ask you some questions now to share with us. And first one, I want you to ask, what is quality time for you? What do you think is quality time? What would you do as quality time? Also, could I ask, what advice do you have for carving out time? Is there any advice you've got for carving out time? It's really difficult, whether it's for exercise or study or going on holiday. Do you have any advice for finding ways of carving out time? And what do you carve out time for? Okay, what do you always find time to do? Maybe it's exercise, maybe it's study, maybe it's visiting your friends, I don't know. But what do you find you're always able to carve time out for? What do you do? Do please share in the comments. Okay. If you have just joined us, this is BBC Learning English and this is Vocabulary Live. And we're looking at expressions to talk about going on holiday. And so we looked at types of holidays right at the beginning. And now we're looking at words that can talk about our actual holidays and why we go on a holiday and maybe what we do on a holiday. Okay, let's have a look at some of the comments. So spending time in the countryside, Ketty says, is that something you carve out time for, or is that quality time? What do you think? Edison saying spending time dancing with the people they love is quality time. Brilliant. Reading with your son, that could be quality time. Reading together with your children, that could definitely be quality time. And maybe something that you need to carve out time for. Shilu saying, I carve out 1 hour daily for exercise. Yes, very important. Very good. Lynn is saying, I'll carve out some time to watch the BBC. Very good. Okay, do carve out some time to watch these. You can go back and see the old vocabulary lives as well to learn more. Manuel saying sometimes it's impossible when you're on holiday to carve out enough money to save, perhaps. Yes, that could be difficult. We've got more comments coming in. Listening to music could be something that you carve time out for. It could be quality time. Wow, lots of comments. Brilliant. Citra saying that reading is quality time. Excellent. Having enough energy is important to be able to carve out time. Yeah, okay, yeah. Carve out time for reading to and teaching your children. Yes, definitely. Spending time with your baby could be quality time, definitely. Quality time could be spending time with your lover. Yes, definitely. sometimes you have to carve out time for reading after working hard. Yes, and particularly if you've been studying or something, maybe you don't want to see another book, but yeah, it's good to read something. Yes. Let's see more comments. Visiting parents, that could be a good example of quality time. Visiting parents could be a good example of quality time. Thank you so much, Samir. Peggy's saying you carve out time to visit your son and study English. Yeah, these are things, maybe it's difficult to carve out that time if you're very busy. Clara is saying, I spend quality time with my family. No, we only have some conversation. Yep. Monita saying, I spend quality time with my family and friends, and carving out time is important for quality time for someone. Also, you carve out time for your English classes. Yes. Julia is saying, I always carve an hour out for workouts so they can be fit. Okay, brilliant. Yes. Swelly, I carve out time for learning English. A lot of people said that. Yes, a really good example. Brilliant. Okay, I think that's about as much time as we've got today, so we'll finish there. Don't forget you can watch the replay on our Facebook and our YouTube channels, and there'll be a live class here on Wednesday, so do come along Wednesday, same time for the grammar class. Take care. See you next time. Bye.